There we go. All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here tonight. I am joined by the FOMO squad. We are four guys who like to show each other ridiculous books that then make us go and buy those ridiculous books. Um, so I am joined, go around the horn here, by Hagen from Lettuce Comics, Dope from Dope Comics, and Eric from SideQuest Comics. So, guys, thanks for being here tonight. I've really been looking forward to a Tuesday hangout. We haven't done one with just the four of us in quite a while.
Yeah.
How is everybody?
Dandy.
I'm good.
Hey,
we were sitting here watching the chat just sort of explode while we were waiting backstage. That's crazy. Thank you guys. Thanks everybody for being here.
Yes. So I'm gonna scroll to the top here because you guys have been popping off. So hey, Rich from Big Nasty, Robert Belazard, Stevie D. I'm gonna open some books that you sent me here very soon. Uncanny Derek, how's it going, brother?
What's up, dude?
Oh, speaking of brother, there's my brother-in-law, Frank Lloyd Wrong.
I
Really?
still absolutely love that username. That's so great.
Jason from Renegade Rants, thanks
What's
for
up,
being
dude?
here, buddy. Hey, Munin. I saw someone. Oh, look, Dope snuck in there. It's where I saw someone else, didn't I? Oh, it's Michael. Hey, Michael. I really like his profile picture. Matt, nice job on your trivia. You stumped me, brother. I don't think I knew anything except the flaming carrot question. There he is. There's Crom. Crom doing his first live stream tomorrow. So make sure to check that out. He's got some great guests. He's got Jason and Stevie D and Mike, right? From Casino Comics, I think. JSS, thanks for being here, buddy.
What's up, dude?
Ing Comics. It is still going. I am still scrolling. There's still more going on. You guys are see, Steve and Lucky. Let's see some nonsense. We can make that happen. I think
We've got plenty of nonsense here.
It's Cliff. Hey, Cliff.
The sexiest man in comics.
Oh, he is. I wish he needs to bring the energy level up a little bit, but yeah. Other than that, he's definitely got it.
He's like 30% Valium, but once you get past that, he's a great dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he knows his comics. I mean, there's certain people on here that you could ask questions about DC, and I'm always surprised by how much he knows. He's a reader, so he's down. I like him.
And he's one of those people that, when he talks, I'm like, yes, I am aware of that character, but I'm not aware of all that minutia, the history.
Yeah, he brings his own side to it.
Yeah, yes. I dig how enthusiastic he is about all of it.
Yeah.
Mr. Akins, all right, man.
Man, he just wants to give stuff away.
Well, everybody's here to see some nonsense. So who has something ridiculous to start with?
Well, I do, but I'm sure everybody does.
I knew it.
Everybody's got some ridiculous stuff, I'm sure.
So I got my best read of the week, my worst read of the week, and then I just got some ridiculousness. So we're going to do that first.
Yes.
All right, let me go through here and get the ridiculousness out. I got 2 or 3 books that are really ridiculous. And one of them was a really good read, and I thought it was just going to be a bunch of Skittles, but it was a really good read. So I'll show you my 3 ridiculous books this week. First, I'll start out with the one that was a really good read. My Bad. I don't know if anybody's read this.
No, but okay, that company, Ahoy, I'm finding very interesting.
Here we go.
Well, this book has one of my favorite new characters, Captain Chandelier. He's got a chandelier on his head. And then we got the traffic stop guy here.
Oh my God.
So we got a gorilla down here with a barrel of acid. He wears a purple helmet on his head. And this guy right here is the bad guy. He is the world's most expensive trust fund villain. So, but yeah, but you got to
oh my God,
Chandelier. And he's kind of like Bruce Wayne. This is him and his well, let me see how I can do it. This is him and his Alfred. And His parents owned a light bulb company.
You don't say.
See right there? And that's how they made all their millions. And he created his Captain Chandelier persona. And he's got a T-top Corvette he has to ride around in because the chandelier sticks up the top.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Wow.
This has major Tick vibes.
Hey, it's great. He goes around beating up people wearing the chandelier.
that Kid and Play?
I was gonna say that looks like Kid from Kid and Play.
And a lot of the villains are really, really bad too. You got like Lord Vincent up here. That's a deer man.
Oh my God.
You got you got mimes down here that ain't talking. But yeah, the Kid and Play guy actually whipped Chandelier's ass. You can see there he is right there after the fight. But yeah,
broken pieces on his chandelier.
yeah.
His sidekick is the candelabra.
But this was so good, I went out and got the rest of the series. So there's 5 of these.
Oh
This
my
is
God,
part
there's
2.
5?
Yeah, 1 through 5. So it's quite the battle.
Is this an ongoing? Is it a mini?
It's a bunch of minis. There's 1 through 5, and there's another 1 through 5, and another 1 through 5. So it's like every year they come up with 5 of these.
Because
And Captain Chandelier is the main guy.
I've seen this on the shelf and I've like avoided it, but you kind of had me with Gorilla with a barrel of acid.
Yeah, he wears that. You can see him right there with his purple helmet on his head. So I haven't really got to get to that character yet. He's not in issue 2. So, but 2 more done.
Well, that's 1 book and 1 book going on my list. So we are batting 1,000 right now.
The
One
second
for
stupid
one.
book I was interested in reading this week, I haven't got to read yet, but this is the 3rd appearance of Super Fucker. I don't know if y'all know Super Fuckers, but
The 3rd appearance.
So
He's wearing a scuba mask.
this is the one I'm going to read tonight. So
Holy shit! It better be.
this is put out by IDW. So this is Super Fuckers 3.
Dude, you were just like, I've got to go to the store. I've got to go get some
my God,
groceries. I
nope.
think I'm low on deodorant. I got to go buy the 3rd appearance of Super Fucker. I got to pick my kids up from school.
I can't even read the comments.
Well, when you call your
God.
local comic book shop, you say,
Oh.
"Yeah, this is dope. Could you put Super Fuckers on my list?" You got the new Super Fuckers. And,
New rule: dope. You're the show closer. You can't go first anymore.
Oh man.
this one was for tonight, so I don't know what's going on there. And then the last weird book I got like this week is, I don't know if y'all know anything about the Red Rooster, but the Red Rooster, and it comes with a rooster bookmark. So the Red Rooster.
I
So
like his mask with the little plume on the top.
yeah,
I like how it's almost Alex Rossi. Like
Yeah.
it's so well painted for the Red Rooster.
yeah, the Red Rooster. So Super Fuckers, Red Rooster, and Chandelier. So Captain Chandelier.
Captain Chandelier.
That's
Oh my
good
God.
shit.
And then obviously Super Fuckers going on the list. I forgot to write it down because I was too busy laughing my ass off.
Hey, how current is Super Fuckers?
Well, let's open
Is
it
it a-
and find out. I'm really not for sure. I saw it and I had to have it. So let's see when Super Fuckers came out.
Look at Steven's comic.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
Oh, Cliff.
You don't even
Oh.
say.
What's up, old stuff?
What's up, dude?
Oh my God.
Ah,
You don't have the little thing. It usually
literally
tells you,
have
so
tears.
I have no idea. But
We will drill down to the bottom
Yeah,
of that well.
we're gonna
I
find
assure
out.
you.
Somebody in the
IDW,
chat can
Super
tell
Fucker.
us. All right. I will go ahead and follow with just a few here. Hagen, you probably have your copy as well, and I saw Lyle in the in the chat. My copy of Canadian Comics Cavalcade came in with Canoe Head
there
on
you
the
go.
back first appearance of Canoe Head in comics. We learned that Canoe Head was a thing, and like I mean, I bought mine in the stream.
Yep, I did too.
Have you read it yet?
I've looked through it. I read the first couple pages of the Canoe Head story, but the thing that drew my eye is that like there is art in there that is extremely good. Like, hold on a second.
That is what I was gonna say. So the last two stories, well, and there's this. I thought this was kind of cool too. This little like fantasy layout.
Mm-hmm.
But the last two stories, and one of them was done by somebody I know. So this one here, I really like. I really like the art style of this one. Yes. All right, hold on. And show that again. That is awesome. That spaceship.
And then this.
And then the Grim
page. That's cool.
Those are really well done art pieces. And then speaking of, well, you know what? There's another like fantasy type picture that's pretty well done. The story was the last one. Excuse me. Nope, not Mr. X. There it is. Lance Amazing. And this is done by Ty Templeton. And the black and white, like superhero, it looks really good. It's only a couple of pages. Canoe Head story has him like, what is he? He's hitting on this nun who's at they have a camp for kids, and they are attacked by mole people. So there's the mole people that they're attacked by.
Mm-hmm.
In order to overcome them, Canoe Head, he has, you probably can't read it, but he has rapid turning power. So when all the moles get on top of him, he just swings his canoe head back and forth, and it hits them all like Three Stooges carrying a ladder.
He's got that distance.
So even though this was like a really stupid title that made me laugh, and I'm like, I actually enjoyed reading this. The stories were kind of, I mean, I liked black and white independent books from that time period.
There's also like really weird experimental stuff in there, like towards the back of the book. There's some truly odd things in there.
I can't find the other one I had. There it is. Okay, this book. So this is the one I got from Ahoy Dope. It's called Howl, and it's weird. This is like Invasion of the Body Snatchers in the 1950s. So there's like all these beatniks and and like, you know, all the different stereotypes of the 1950s. And they are these like octopus fungus people are taking over all the men, and it's told from this one woman's point of view. It's kind of slow, but I like it, and it's weird. Like here's a beatnik that's been turned into a zombie with a bunch of fungus.
I'd read that.
Then there's this woman who's chopping, like she's been overtaken, and she's chopping vegetables for dinner, and she cuts her fingers off, which I thought this was like this to me looked like a really cool, 80s movie kind of thing. And it's just kind of eerie, like Invasion of the Body Snatchers was. Yeah. So this is like half funny and half weird. I really liked it. But my weirdest one from last week that I think I'm on board for is Godzilla Heist. There's a guy that is able to not control but attract Godzilla to create havoc so that he can rob things, and then he is recruited by these people who want to knock over this vault, and at the end there, it was kind of not great, but then when it got to the very end, there was this little twist where I was like, oh, this could be interesting depending on where they go. And a lot of times, it's hard to sell things on that first issue. So I liked it. The art was okay. But like I said, the main character, I kind of think it could go a certain way, because with that heist, like it does have kind of an Ocean's 11 kind of feel to it. Like there's going to be little twists here and there. So depending on how they pace it, I'm at least going to get the second issue of this one. So those are mine.
Awesome.
Yeah, putting Godzilla in a comic book is a really good way to get me to buy it.
Well, tomorrow, it's Godzilla versus Chicago. So somebody's doing a series of Godzilla and American cities. I can't remember who it is. It might be IDW. But yeah, so I think it's tomorrow that Godzilla versus Chicago comes out. I can't remember who's doing it or if it'll be any good. there's another Godzilla, a couple of different Godzilla titles out, but Godzilla Heist got me. Like, you know.
And Hagen, there's also a Captain America, some Viking dude.
Volstagg.
Volstagg.
Yeah, I saw that and I immediately thought of you, man. There's Eric.
Yeah.
What's up, Eric?
I'm not sure that I'm gonna pick that one up. I'll probably find a way to read it, and then depending on whether or not I like it, I'll buy it later. But gosh, $6 is just a lot to spend on a new comic.
Is it $6? Is it a $5.99er?
I think they're either $5 or $4.99, so $5 or $6. Like
in a number one issue, it probably is.
Yeah, like I don't know, but I am a whore, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's a problem. Like last week when I went to the comic shop, I bought quite a few books, and I was like, oh, okay, this is the week that all my stuff comes out. But tomorrow, like, there's like 5 DC titles that I've been picking up, and I'm really starting to look at the things I'm reading and thinking like I'm grabbing things up because they're tangential to things that I am reading and really enjoying. It might be time to like just pick some of those main books I want to stick with and just kind of let the other stuff go and pick it up, read it as a trade later, something like that.
Yeah, there are other semi-legal ways to stay in the loop with comic books.
Yeah. And yep, I agree with what Old Stuff says here. Like, waiting for the trades is not like my library system. I can request almost anything, as long as it's not brand new. Like within a month of coming out, I can get almost anything held at the library for me, and they'll send it from all over the state, which is really cool. It's a program we have up here.
I
but
love
yeah,
trades.
digital, I just can't read on a screen. I don't have the right screen to read it on or something. It just does not appeal to me.
I like trades, but you miss the water cooler talk if you have to wait 5 months. You know, every channel you go on, they're talking, and you're like trying to.
Right. And you're right. But hey, how appropriate. That's the FOMO part of this, right? Like sometimes I just gotta let it go. And then there it is. Another Heroes attendee. Like I'm in the same boat. Like I paid for my hotel room, and I'm like, oh shit, there's no money to feed myself or buy books with right now. So I got to start socking money away. And some of that definitely needs to be, I need to let some of these number ones go. Like the next time I see Godzilla Heist, maybe I need to save the $3. Are you guys kind of in the same boat there?
You're muted, Eric.
You're muted, Eric. Can't hear you.
Can't hear you at all, dude.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, there he is.
There I am. I've been doing the same thing, Nate. I've been really making those hard choices, and I'm such a sucker for variant covers too. It's like I gotta pick either A or B, and then on the same sense, it's like, okay, am I enjoying this title? So it's like I'm starting to give it less issues to really get anywhere. I'm an X-Men guy. I've dropped 3 of the X titles already. So yeah. Hard choices.
It's easier for me because I don't have a lot of ongoings that I collect. Like most of the books that are in my pull box are for my wife. She has 3 ongoing titles right now. I only have 1. And so like that's not one that I'm gonna stop. I have 2. But I'm not gonna stop those. I just go to the back issue bins less. When payday comes around, instead of spending, $75, I'll spend 10 or 20 and then pocket the rest of it so that I can have like a good time at Heroes. Yeah. And it's just, it's delayed gratification, which I'm not great at, but getting better.
A lot. So up until DC did their recent like all-in relaunch, I was only getting a lot of Image, some Star Trek stuff, but I was just getting a few things here and there. I wasn't picking up anything mainstream. But I didn't read Absolute Power from DC because I freaking hate events. But everything after that has been really fun that I've been picking up, and I've been sticking with it. And then as a character's in this, and they're like, oh, now here's this 6-issue series. I end up grabbing it, and I need to rein it in. So I guess we'll see how choosy I am tomorrow.
Eric, you got a pull box, Eric?
I do, and that's some of the stuff that I've been cutting back on because I've been wanting to try more of the indie stuff or DC. You know, I'm starting to. They're coming characters that I like at DC that I grew up with are starting to come out with series. So it's like I'm curious. So I pick it up and I read it, and it's like you said, Nate, it's fun. That's the key word. It's fun. Whereas a lot of titles I'm dropping because it's just not fun. I'm
Right.
reading it and I'm like, yeah, I don't care, you know, type of thing. You know, if it's taken me more than one issue to actually care what's going on, I'm starting to drop them.
So I'll give you a good example of one I should have dropped, and that's Ginny Sparks by Tom King. These are the last 2 issues. I read this. I actually
Cliff. Don't let Cliff hear that.
I know. And, you know, Matt from Matt Likes Comics, he enjoyed this a lot too. And I love Tom King. When he is on, and I love his writing, but this was not for me. Like, and I like Jenny Sparks and I like Tom King, and that's okay. It just wasn't for me. I stuck with it because at the point I decided I'm done, I read issue 4 and I was like, I'm done. I don't want any more. But then I thought, it's just a 6-issue mini. Don't I need the full set? And it ended up being 7, not 6. So I bought 3 more issues that I really didn't want. And it was okay, but I would have been much happier to read this at the library for free and not have the issues in the PC. Like, I would rather have the money for this. Reading it, I bought it because I've just really been into the stuff Tom King has been doing. And yeah, I was just like, I didn't want to miss out on another one. I missed the boat on his Wonder Woman run. Everybody raves about it. I haven't bought it. I'm reading it, you know, in trade. So I've only read the first 6 issues and it's good. So I was like, when this came out, I was like, I'm not missing this one. I'm getting that too. And
you and I were just talking about The Vision earlier this week.
Yes.
I think I was reading that like at around the same time that you were, or maybe you're still working through it. But God, I just really, really enjoy Tom King's writing.
I loved this. And
it's so good.
This is the opposite though. I got this in you know, from the library, and this is the deluxe version. So it's got like all the script pages and alternate covers and shit, which is awesome. Like, you know, speaking of alternate covers, I get all the variants in here that I want to see. I didn't have to pay for it, but this is one I kind of want on the shelf because I can see reading this one again. Mm-hmm. This was if you haven't read this, like, I don't know jack about Vision as a character outside of what's been in you know, like in the Marvel movies or in WandaVision. I know a little bit from House of M because I was working in a comic book store back then with Wanda and whatnot. But this was just really cool. He creates an artificial family for himself, and there are like legitimate real struggles about parenting and being a husband and work and all these things told through a superhero lens. And it's Tom King doing what he does best: broken freaking characters. You know?
that one scene with him, with Vision and Viv, in the like when they're praying in her bedroom.
Yes.
Oh boy, like it's just like no notes. So good. Yeah, so good.
Nate, do y'all have a Ollie's up where you're at?
I do. Yeah.
So, you know, you can get like them hardback $100 books a lot of times for, you know, $15.
So. For Christmas, my wife got me the Luke Cage omnibus, and it was $30 there instead of $100. And you want to talk about, I mean, you know, that Bronze Age Marvel, you can read that for 3 months. There's a lot of words in there. And I love it with Luke Cage because most of the words are like jive turkey. It was 3 pages in, he called someone a jive turkey, and I was like, I am on board. This is great. He is gonna slap that dude.
I love the 70s comics.
I do too.
Oh my god,
it's good stuff, man.
It's just so funny to me that I know that they were writing like jive turkey, and it was some dude named Jim that was pinning it. Like, that's just beyond funny to me.
Yeah,
it is funny, but for the time, the fact that they were just trying to grow, like they were trying to appeal to as many people as possible, and it wasn't, I don't feel like it was like pandering. It really was like they didn't have black writers. they had Jim, and they're like, Jim, we need a character, from the streets of Harlem. And Jim's like, jive turkeys, sweet Christmas. I don't know,
Jeffersons.
So you're writing it. So yeah, man, I'm cool with it because I don't feel like they were just pandering. They really were trying to do, and that's why it's fun. Like back to that, Eric, it's fun to read because I think they were genuinely trying to have fun with the character.
Sweet Christmas. Hell of a line. That's a hell of a line.
The last thing I'll say on trades is there is a company here in Indiana called In Stock Trade. They don't always have everything, but if you order from them, you get such a good deal. So like, what did I get? I got a bunch of, I got an omnibus, and I want to say it was, it's $100 book, $50, like literally about half price. And this was when it was new. It was the Silver Age Superman collection that came out last year. And so when that came out, it was 100 or 125 MSRP. And I do buy stuff from my comic shop, my LCS, because I want to support that brick and mortar. But I still got to save money. So sometimes it's free or discounted for sure. Stewardess, I speak jive.
Such a great movie. Such a great movie.
All right. Anybody want to jump on? Hagen, Eric?
I can go next if you want.
Go ahead, Hagen.
So, some people might have seen that I recently did a trade with Bigby McFly, the comic book guy. I saw him in here earlier. I don't know if he's still hanging around. I'm going to do a dedicated. I'm going to do a dedicated video to this because it deserves it. But from the box that he sent me, I just pulled out 2 random boxes because he had sub boxes within the box that he sent me. And I told you guys this backstage, but I'll say it out here in public. I could not have gotten a better deal from this man if I brought a gun. Like, seriously. I traded him a couple Silver Age Captain Americas, some of the Bronze Age keys, and then like a lot of run filler, basically. Some great stuff, but some run filler. And he proceeded to send me awesome books. And so again, I randomly reached in there, and these are the 2 things that I happened to pull out. The first thing is The Amazing Spider-Man Adventures in Reading #1.
Yes!
The Bon Marché edition. I just love like these little handout, like free books that they gave out. I don't know why I like these so much. This is a
good
thin book too. Like
those are usually just tore all up when I see them.
Yeah, no, it's in stunning condition, and it is probably like 8 pages stapled together. Like, it is not a very thick book at all. But there is this, and I've got a lot, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time on a lot of them. There's Heroes Reborn.
Yes.
Yeah, there is.
The Wizard 1/2 with the Rob Liefeld cover.
That's
what
a
more
foot.
needs to be said about
the
that?
Man drew a foot. Look at Bucky.
The man drew 1.5 and then 2 half feet like glued together. That counts as, does that count as 1 or 2?
Well, Bucky's foot couldn't be more cockeyed. That is weird. That is
it's
weird
a little
perspective.
It's a little odd. But yeah, so there's that. The collected Silver Surfer Requiem, which has one of the coolest, and I'm going to see if I can find it. I've read this online before, but I've never gotten to read it in my hands. There's one line in here that I really, really like. He's flying through space, as Silver Surfer does, and I don't know if I can find it in like a timely manner. But
who did that's Straczynski wrote it. Who did the art?
It says Rebic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that artist. I remember reading that and really liking the art and the story. I thought it was really well done.
Esad Rebic. Yeah, I mean the art in here, I'll just show you. Yep, random page. Here we go.
Yeah.
The art's great.
So good. So cool.
But the panels that I remember from it are of him riding his surfboard like out in the middle of space, and he's reminiscing. He's reminiscing like somebody said. Somebody asked him, "Why do you have a surfboard? Like, why don't you have a spaceship or something like that?" And he's like, "Once you've beheld the majesty of the cosmos with your own eyes, you will want nothing between you and it." And it's just a beautiful, beautiful image. So I really wanted that in like paper form. Next up is this.
I know that name.
This is the Sandman #1 that they released alongside the TV series.
Photo covers are always like odd because you think you don't want them, but then when they're gone for a long time, it's what like the Marvel movie ones. People really seek those out now. Like if you have the ones from the first Iron Man or Captain America: First Avenger, I mean, those or Thor, those can bring those photo covers bring a heftier tag than the A cover.
Yeah, it's funny how books like that, like the less desirable ones, end up being more collectible later because nobody kept them. And it's just odd, like what you assign value to. The opposite of a photo cover, Burger King Kids Club #3. Just weirdness. I love books that they give away for stuff.
What are they flying in?
I don't know.
Pink house.
I don't think there's an answer for that.
There's not. It's really weird. Oh, and then
there's a lot happening on here. And then Dope, I'm gonna pull a U. This is Satan's fuck baby.
There you go.
Isn't it Satan's? I thought it was Satan's ass baby.
It's Satan. I think it's technically Satan's sodomy baby.
Sodomy baby. That's it.
But
I have that. I have that one.
But I think Satan's fuck baby is funnier, and it doesn't actually say it on the cover. So it's whatever I say it is, and I say that it is Satan's fuck baby, and I really wanted it.
Have you opened it up yet?
I have not yet. No.
These
got here today. Like I opened these up before getting on here.
The Goon, and I love Eric Powell's artwork.
Yeah, Eric Powell did the interior. It's good.
It's good. That's a good one.
Yeah, I read his whole Hillbilly series too. I don't know if you ever read that.
I've read through the Goon and really enjoyed it. I like how his art can be like he can have 4 different art styles in one panel. It's crazy.
I'm going to zoom through the rest of these so that other people have got some time. There's three issues from. Sorry. There are 3 issues from a series called The Dungeoneers, which he showed me because I'm starting to get into D&D a lot, and he thought that I would be interested in these.
Cool.
And I am.
That's cool.
So those are
seen
neat.
That before.
Harry Johnson, #1 and 2.
Let me swallow first. That's wonderful.
Yep. I timed that to perfection, I think.
Yeah.
The world's zaniest uncouth sleuth. I bet he is.
So he's like an Indiana Jones type, I guess.
Leisure Suit Larry
suppose so.
meets Indiana Jones.
I suppose so. And then we've got The Badger, #1.
Yeah.
And this one that I actually think is super interesting. Not that the other ones aren't, but this is Marvel Collector's Edition presents Wolverine, brought to you by Charleston Chew.
It is.
Love those giant ads.
I just think that these are fascinating. So there's that. And then, okay, so there are a lot of eclectic books in this trade. Yeah. I knew you were going to jump on that one, Cliff. I didn't say anything for it.
Cliff, I just love you.
So there's a lot of eclectic stuff in that trade. And by eclectic, I mean stupid, because I'm attracted to stupid things. Now, some actual taste did manage to slip through. These next 2 books are that. The first one is this. This is The Spectre #10. I am fascinated by the Spectre. Just the concept of a character being like the living embodiment of the wrath of God. That's metal as hell. And I want to find out what it's all about. But this cover is just like really striking to me.
A good one.
And then, and again, I just grabbed random stuff, random boxes out of there. And this happened to be in there. This is the Spectre #1.
Wow.
Such a cool cover.
That's such a cool cover.
Ridiculously cool. And like it's really neat to be able to get this is the first ongoing like Spectre in his own title, right? Like he was in something else. I don't remember what
he was a backup feature or a in something like Brave and the Bold, but it wasn't Brave and the Bold. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't Strange Adventure. Was it Strange Adventures?
It may have been.
It might be like with Dead Man.
Yeah.
And him. I think it
Cliff is saying Showcase. And
Showcase.
He's totally right.
Cliff is right.
He's totally right. Yeah, I like I said, I couldn't have gotten a better deal if I brought a gun, because that is less than half of what Bigby sent me.
Amazing.
Just so awesome. Like I'm so happy.
Yeah, and you guys did a live stream of that trade on Bigby's channel, and it was if you want to watch the trade happen in real time, you should check that out. You should check out Bigby's channel anyway. Thanks, Hagen. Those are some cool books, bud. What about Eric?
Well, I'm going to start poking Hagen right off from the start here. But
Are you going to buy me dinner first?
Nicer one. I found this just the other day. It's a Marvel team-up starring Namor and Captain America. So they're actually not beating the hell out of each other, but working together.
That's the one where they're best friends.
Yeah. Friends.
Does anybody like that Namor trade? See the trade at the top of that? See the way it's written real awful? That gets on my nerves.
Yeah, that's the 90s John Byrne series.
Yeah. Not big on that, to be honest.
Okay, and then I am super jazzed. So we were talking about cutting back on buying books. I totally missed these ones out. The store kept selling out of these. I figured I'll get the trade or I'll find in the discount bins. Well, I finished finding this in the discount bin, so I can actually read it now.
Yes.
I only had #1, so I was super excited to find these this weekend. I think I got them for $2.
Nice.
So
I'll tell you this. That's one I don't regret paying full price for.
Yeah.
I
absolutely that black label. So I'm super excited to read this, just with the theme and all that.
I think you're gonna dig it, man.
I grew up watching the cartoon, so I'm excited. Went to one of my haunts that has dollar books. I won't pass up dollar books. This is only one. I got the whole series for $1 each.
Oh, you dirty dog!
I am so excited to read this, Nate.
I only have a few.
And she's like, space. I say it's space trucker. She's like,
space trucking.
So I'm so excited.
There's a great cover with like the villain on top of the truck, and they're surrounded by chickens.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's super painterly too.
It's so this is like, it's such a weird series. I love that you've lapped me in Warlord and this now.
I need 13 more for Warlord.
Good night. I got a show this weekend. I got all of my Warlords checked in.
And I found a lot of those at the same place I found that at. It's end of the month. This place puts everything at $1. So it's like it's hard to get out of there with less than 100 books. It's just you keep finding so much. Here's another one for you, Nate. We were just talking about this artist.
Yeah, we were.
Now I don't know. It says first issue. I don't know if this is the first appearance of this character.
That is not.
Okay.
He came out on, I want to say, Kitchen Sink.
So this is after Dark Horse kind of swallowed that up. But yeah, I remember seeing these on the rack. Very cool art.
He's a reanimated corpse named Frank Einstein, and it's just Mike Allred's style has just not changed.
No.
I mean, since the early 90s, he's been drawn the same way.
I mean, we were talking about it. I like his art. I just wasn't a big fan of what he did with X-Force, like when we got Dupe and all that stuff.
Mhm.
They were just a little, it's almost like he exaggerated certain stuff with that title a little more than I was ready for, I guess, at that
Sure.
time. So, $1.
That's awesome. That's a good pickup for $1.
All right, next couple I think Dope will like. I've been hunting for this one for a while. Yes, Derek.
That's awesome.
World Unknown.
Oh, hell yes.
Killdozer. Look
Yeah.
at this. My wife was like, why do you want that? It's Killdozer.
Have you
Now-
ever seen the Netflix documentary on Killdozer, the real Killdozer? Out of
No.
I was gonna say, question: did that come out before or after the actual Killdozer thing?
before?
Okay, I was gonna say,
You
making
need
that
to
come
watch
out
the
after would
documentary on the
be
real Killdozer.
It would be in very poor taste to have made this after the fact.
extremely poor taste.
Yeah, very cool. So,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I
on
love
the, that's on the list.
so I've been looking at this company a while, American Mythology, what is it, Productions, which I
Yep.
think they're going under. So I've been kind of snagging them up when I see them, but this was a really cool crossover, Silent Night, Deadly Night, and then The Massacre. They had 2 covers. I don't think I have the other cover with me.
I got the other cover.
Okay, yeah, I got them both because I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna get them both. They're kind of cool. And yeah, very bloody. I mean,
Did you read that? Have you read it yet?
No.
Yeah.
I flipped through it a little bit, and I was just like, man, this looks pretty
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah.
So I snagged that one, and then to go with my shirt, one of my favorite scenes from a zombie movie. Let's put it that way. Favorite scenes from a zombie movie. Love the scene where Karen just lays into Mrs. Cooper, and just with that weird scream they have in the movie, and
With the garden trowel.
garden trowel.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hate it, Karen.
that's super cool. The regular covers, I was like, type of thing. But when it has a photo from the movie, like that one, and then this one, I had to get it. They're dead. They're all messed up. I love that scene.
The townies at the
Yep.
end, man.
Yep.
That is such a good movie.
And
I even
then
like the
last one for this.
I even like the remake.
I want to
I
talk
love
to
the
you
remake.
because
Yeah.
I love the remake.
It's one of the only movies I know where the remake's just as good.
It's so good.
Well, and I like what they did with Barbara in that remake. They actually made her a character. She wasn't just comatose the whole movie.
Yeah.
So just a stupid side fact: the girl that plays Barbara in that remake is a featured background extra in Star Trek: The Next Generation. So when I'm watching her, I see her all the time, and all I can think is Barbara.
Nate, I got another one for you. She was a
Okay.
featured character on that Babylon show. Remember
Babylon 5?
Babylon 5. She was a regular character on that.
That is one I never stuck with, and I keep meaning to go back because I hear how freaking good it is.
Yeah. All right, last one for this. If we do more, of course, I always have more.
Derek, you're such a nerd. I love you.
I saw this one and I had to pick it up. This one for you, Dope. Pooh versus Bambi. What
Yep.
the hell is going on
What?
with this?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Winnie
this
the Pooh and Bambi, I guess, is both over 100 years old, so everybody can write their own stuff with it now.
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
That happened last year, right?
Yeah.
Like there was all this.
There was a
Winnie the
horror
Pooh
movie for
stuff.
both of them that came
Yep.
out. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. I mean,
Now, from the outside looking in, that feels like it's trying too hard. Does it feel like it's trying too hard for
well,
you?
how can you deny this awesomeness right there? Look at that.
I'm getting some serious White Tiger vibes.
That's what I was about to say. Let's watch Tiger. Yeah.
I don't think it's quite as trippy, like what the heck is going on, but it's like, I mean, Pooh is like, yeah, look at these. They're just messing people up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I think
yeah.
I have. I haven't seen that cover, but I think I've seen some of the Pooh comics on the shelf.
And
I've
that's
passed it by.
one of our favorite companies. Zine Scope.
Oh, that's
And
why it
they're
looks
the
like
ones that did
White Tiger.
Yeah, it's probably the same artist.
So okay, I was cruising the shelves last week, and my eye caught something weird, because I'm always looking for something weird, and it was Goat Man something,
Yeah.
and I was
Ooh,
like,
Bunny.
"The hell's
I've
a
been
Goat
looking
Man?"
for that. I can't find it.
Yeah,
Well,
Goat Man and the bunny.
Yeah, and
something. Yeah.
I picked it up and I flipped through it, and I was like, "Wait a minute, this is White Tiger. You're not getting me again."
Because he just appeared in the one other book I've been reading. Was it Terror and Fury that they're doing that I really like because they're old, 1940s characters. And Goat Man popped it. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, I gotta find this.
Well, if I see Goat Man tomorrow, because I have a hard time believing anyone bought it, I can pick it up for you if I see it.
My favorite part about the whole like Winnie the Pooh craze that went on like in 2020, 2021 is when it like started happening, I think, was all of the Whatnot sellers getting hyped over like, guys, I've got the new Do You Pooh cover, and like hearing that so many times was just, oh my God, it was so funny. Oh, it was so funny because I'm a child. I'm 5 years old.
Right. Well, hopefully he's still here. Stevie D and I did a trade, and I'm not going to show the front of this because I don't want to dox him, even though pretty much everyone in the chat knows where I live at this point. But I told him I'd show this on stream tonight. I've not looked at it. I know what some of the books are because like this was a legit trade. We we chatted and I showed some books and he showed some books. But I think there's a surprise or two in there. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. So I'm going to start. Let's see here. He does MS Paint computer folk art.
Oh,
ready?
Yes.
He drew a picture of himself in MS Paint and printed it. I freaking love this.
That is so much better than I could manage in MS Paint. Oh my gosh.
This is better than I can manage with a pen. So very cool. All right. So now here's okay. I actually knew I was getting this. This wasn't part of the trade, but I was showing him my trade box. And this came up and he started laughing and he's like, I sent that to you. I was like, well, then you're getting this right back. So I sent him a copy too that I had. So this is just going right back in my trade box. But that was really funny that Avengers #1. Life
Thor's muscles have muscles.
Good Lord. 1602. Neil Gaiman. Part 6. This was an interesting. I've read this before. This was an interesting read. What the hell is that?
I remember that series.
Absolute Carnage Scream. I've never heard of it. So it's a female Carnage?
Yeah.
She's one of the symbiotes, yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Oh.
I like that. I like the Thing. I mean, I don't.
He's getting a new series, I think.
I collected the Dan Slott run. And I had some of the old ones, but I've pretty much traded most of them away at this point. Oh, I have a few of these, and I don't have this one. That's awesome. This is What the #1.
That's cool.
So yeah, Marvel's attempt at parody. It's not great, but like if you're a comic fan, you still read it. Kind of like when you were, it's like I love Mad Magazine, and someone's like, I got it cracked. Like, all right, I'll read it. I'm not gonna like it. I'm not gonna laugh. Oh, okay. This is what I really traded him for. So I actually do. I collect the phone books for Cerebus, black and white art. Dave Sim. It's the story of this character Cerebus, and it goes for 300 issues. And he wrote and drew the whole thing. It's an amazing accomplishment. So
it's hard to find anything under a 50 on that series.
69, 68. There were a couple here. 67. So this is I'm pretty sure from the storyline Church and State, where he becomes the Pope of his, it starts off as a Conan parody, just a straight up Conan parody, but it really does turn into its own universe that's really good. More X-Baby. And this one has a Dazzler appearance. So he's like, I got the X-Babies. I was like, yeah, I'm into that. He's like, it's got Dazzler in it. It's like, you better be giving me that. Another one with the X-Babies. Oh, and this, I don't know what this is, but it's independent. It's from a company called Caliber. I don't know anything about it, but I was again like I'm on board with anything indie and a little weird looking. Captain Quick and Foozle, number 1. Another one I don't know. It's got the characters of Granny, Mel, Stat, and this hand is Doberman. This just looks, and the Great Jones as himself. So again, another weird indie. This is from Eclipse. I've never heard of that one. I have a lot of Eclipse books, and then there's another one.
Oh, there you go.
That's it. So I was, yeah. He came across these and was, he's like, I got these because they were independent, and I just thought maybe you'd want to trade something for them, and I totally did. So thank you, Steve. Those are some cool books. Appreciate that. All right. Excuse me. Anybody else? Hey, there's somebody joining us. Thanks, man.
Stuff.
Wouldn't dream of it in a million years, dude.
Let's see here. All right, so I think 2 of y'all got this week. This is weird. It's horror. It's the best read of the month for me. Did any of y'all read Bug Wars?
Oh yeah,
I did.
What'd you think?
I would give it a solid B for a start.
It made me think,
I got the Frizen cover too.
I love the little Conan map in there where it shows
up. It's not Frizen. It's Peach Momoko. That's the one I got.
Yeah, it's got the little Conan map in there where it's got the whole pond and all that stuff. But really love this. This was my favorite read of the week. The worst thing I read this week was Trample. I don't know if y'all read this.
Okay, I'm sorry it was terrible. I really am. I almost picked it up because you were so excited to get it, but I leafed through it and I did not like the art.
I'm starting to give what he suggests a week, and then if he likes it, I'll go get it.
Well, I get super excited about this stuff. They're all number 1, so you don't know what it's going to be. And it says right here, is it elephant or is it monster or is it both? That's a play off of the Hulk number 1 where it says, is he man, is he monster, is he both? And the premises of this, it was these poachers, they's going to kill this big elephant, and they accidentally killed the baby instead. And the mom goes crazy and just starts killing everybody. It sounded great, but then you actually saw the artwork and just how shitty they didn't pull it off at all.
Well, open it up and show us. I haven't seen inside this.
It's awful. If it was a $4 book, I probably would have grabbed it, but I want to say it was $6. Like it was $5.99 at a minimum.
Oh, woof.
Oh wow, yeah. It was cartoony.
Yeah, real cartoony. And you're expecting something violent and real bad, but it's just and
it's also sparse. Like when I flip through it, I'm like, there's only 4 word balloons per page. Like I'm gonna finish reading this $6 so quick.
We got Snow White and the Zombie Apocalypse.
Oh my God, where's my list?
I picked up Odin's Eye.
Oh, that looks cool.
That looks cool. Look at that big eye.
Yeah, anything with an eye, I love the orb. So here's another big eye. So I'm excited to read this. Now, I imagine next month I'll tell you how shitty this is, but right now it's great. We got an Unexpected.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
We got a weird. Cool. This right here I thought was really cool. I picked this up. This is Nightbreed.
Oh, that's unsettling.
One of my favorite movies from the 80s.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
So is that an adaptation of the movie, or is it within the universe, the Midian city and all that?
I have no idea. It's an old book. I mean, it's Epic Comics, so I don't know how. I haven't even opened it yet.
Do a lot of spin-offs based on the movies and the characters.
That's one of the some Clive Barker is not good, but
I got
that one's good. I like Nightbreed.
I got 3 books left, and y'all probably never seen these before, but these are true stories. The Escape of Alcatraz. This is number 1.
That's kind of cool.
And this is, and it shows on here it's issue 1, but 13 actually escapes. So there's 13 different stories.
Oh, interesting. It's an interesting concept.
And then this is story number 3. And down at the bottom, it kind of tells you how they escaped. Stolen army laundry. So We got
That
two of those.
I like the
That's
art
such
on
a-
that one.
That's such a pulpy like layout and tagline. Like that's so cool. That feels like a EC true crime thing.
And then my favorite thing I got this week, this was something I was actually going to look for at Heroes Con. We got the first appearance of Orb. So
Nice.
You know, I looked and I have that one, but it's beat to hell.
Oh, I love it. I mean, it's first appearance Orb. It's got his whole origin in here. There's been 2 orbs. So this is the first orb. And most people like it because it's the first time these two ever met. But this is one of the main things I wanted at Heroes Con. And I didn't want to just get online and bought. And I finally found it in the wild. So I picked that up.
That's extremely cool, man. Yeah, you have me very interested in the orb. Like, it's such a weird character.
When you heard locked in the closet eating dog food, you was all involved in that one.
I really was. I really was. And I know Jason loves it. He is a fellow Ghost Rider collector.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Is anything because we tomorrow is New Comic Book Day. I looked earlier this week. I haven't checked recently though. Is there anything anybody's like super excited to get tomorrow? For me, it's like
Red Hulk,
Metamorpho, and Absolute Wonder Woman are probably my 2 like the big ones I'm most looking forward to reading. They're either gonna go on the top or the bottom of the stack. Those are the 2 coveted positions.
Red Hulk, Hell Hunters. I think Wolverine's coming out. The new Sabretooth's coming out.
Ultimate Spider-Man, because that's out of all the Ultimates, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see what else is coming out.
I expect that Red Hulk to suck, but I'm going to get it anyway. So
when I saw it on the pull list, I was like, I know Dope's going to get it, and I hope it's good.
I'm not into the whole Doom thing. I know we all bought that first Doom.
Yeah.
And we all got the negative space cover, and I know y'all liked it better than I did. If you look at the negative space cover real close, it looks like all of his leather's brand new and all of his chain metal's brand new.
Yeah.
He ain't never wore any of that in the war yet.
Right. It was okay. Like, I mean, I'm not going to, that's one I can easily say.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get any more. I'll wait until the trade comes out. I will read it probably. Okay, so Eric, 9-panel grid, he's a big New Comic Book guy. I was not sold on issue 1 of Seasons. Like, so it's a new Rick Remender who I really like. He's doing almost anything from his company's been good. Grommets comes out tomorrow. That's one that I can't. That one finally wraps up. Speaking of 80s movies, that's like an 80s movie as a comic book about kids skateboarding. But
New
Seasons
Savage
is
Sword
like
of Conan.
Okay.
The new magazine one.
Seasons is interesting. Like all 4 seasons are sisters, so it kind of reminds me of Sandman. So like, things are personified, but the first issue is one sister like chasing a letter all through this town or all through a city, and that's literally the whole issue. It was a double issue. But it was still kind of a quick read. I don't know if I'm sold on it, but I really do like, Rick Remender is a tremendous writer. Anything he's done recently, I've really liked. JX says, with Diamond going bankrupt, how will it affect your weekly buying? I don't know what Diamond was carrying that I was picking up at all. Pretty much everything I'm reading comes from other distributors at this point.
It's been such a slow death that everybody's had time to move over.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
It wasn't as bad as people thought it was going to be.
If it was during COVID when they were carrying, DC and Marvel, would have been totally different, but they didn't have Image. They don't have hardly anything right now. So
no, yeah, pretty much everything I'm buying comes from something else.
Yeah.
House. Absolute Batman comes out tomorrow too. Yeah, that's actually on my pull list. Like my pull list is actually kind of small. Like it's I don't know, but they hand me my books and then I go walk the wall and I will triple.
That's how they get
easily. That's how they get me.
That damn wall.
I can't help it. Sometimes you see, lucky devils, and I like this. It's not great, but I like it.
I'm excited for that Green Lantern Dark coming out. It's part of their Elseworld line. I'm liking the world that they're creating with that. Interesting character too. Very reluctant hero. So I kind of like the style of the art too.
Yeah, if you like that, then you'd probably like Something's Killing the Children. It's the same artist and it all feels the same.
My wife's been getting that. So,
dude, seriously, like, look at me right now. Look at me dead in my eyes. Your wife is onto it because my wife did the same thing. Like, she picked up Something is Killing the Children. She loved it. And I was like, it's not superhero stuff. It's not what I'm typically into. I got bored one day, months after she started reading it, picked it up and tore ass through 7 trades of it. It is
that's what we've been doing.
Amazing. It's so good.
Yeah, I read the first
think
25.
I've only read 3 trades, and I just need to go, pick the rest up and read them because they have them all at the library, and it's wonderful.
I swear to you, it doesn't get worse.
I read the first 25. I thought I got too tired. I read the first 25, and then when it started doing all the other branches off, that's when I got out of it with the House of Slaughter and all the other stuff.
And that's kind of what happened with me is like when it stuck with Erica, in the small town being a badass, I was really into it. But then when they started like expanding the world, I sort of like I drifted off and started picking up other things.
Yeah.
I think I don't know what my best read of last week was because I'm reading a lot of stuff out of order. But man, I really like this New Gods. So if you like the New Gods characters, Mr. Miracle and Big Barda, Ram V is doing some really interesting stuff with it where he is retelling like just a lot of cosmic they're gods, it's cosmic gods, how Jack Kirby's creations were called the fourth world, kind of like things cycled, and so he's telling stories in here about the second world, like where the fourth world came from. It's wild and deep and weird and fantasy, but space. I have really liked it. I also dig, do you see the Kirby crackle back here? Like they really are paying good homage to the characters. It's pretty cool. And then the other thing that I picked up on a lark was the Loose End, which is hard case crime. I like so many of the books from them that I've read. Like I read the novels that they put out. Like this one that I'll be picking up called Money Shot by Krista Faust. Voted the #1 hard case crime novel of all time. But Stephen King has written novels for them, and it's I don't know. This was good. This was it's about a guy down on his luck who's asked to go help not knock over but kind of cheat a casino, and like any good noir like any good noir story, it goes south real freaking fast. And it was dark and it was fun. I saw this one from DJ Links, posted it because he knows the artist, and he was like, I like seeing my buddy getting some work, and the art's okay. I mean, I'm not going to say it's great, but I enjoyed it. So yeah, New Gods, I think it was my favorite thing to read last week as far as like DC goes, because it was fun.
Eric, you reading Wolverine?
Reading that, yeah. I like where that's going. I'm curious to see how he's going to tie into the new Ghost Rider series, Spirits of Violence, coming out, because it's supposed to have all of them in there. So curious to see where that's going. Aquaman, I actually enjoyed. I finally got caught up with that. #2 was better than 1. It actually progressed somewhere. So
because one didn't do anything.
It was a total setup. That's all it was a setup for,
I hate that.
It's almost like they didn't need to do that #1. They could have cut that in like maybe 2 pages and then gone right into what #2 was. But I still like it. I like the art. I liked the makeup that it did. So we'll see. Now come #3, we'll see where it goes. So
Right.
You still reading Hellhunters?
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome too.
I love #2. I love #2 with my boy coming out with 2 Bowie knives, and those guys are just like, "Oh my God, save us!"
Yeah, I'd like to see just that Logan like that, where he didn't even have the blades, just the 2 big Bowie knives, and just killing everybody like that. That's cool. So,
and I like the other character, the Soldier Supreme.
Yep,
kind of a play on Doctor Strange. I thought that was cool.
I checked out Hellhunters #1. I read it. Wink.
What'd you think?
And it was pretty good. I guess I should check out #2 as well.
Yeah, it's Nazis and horror and all that kind of stuff. So
I like
that. It's kind of like what's that movie back in the day that something Bastards.
Inglourious Bastards.
Inglourious Bastards. Yeah. They're just going around killing Nazis.
I just love that movie.
That, and if you guys aren't reading this series, every every issue, I'm just like, damn.
I know. Well, the covers have
look
been
at
amazing.
this cover though. I mean, this is the B cover, but man,
I don't know. I didn't like Stray, and I did buy the.
This is very different from that.
It is.
This is. I mean, if you like, not to give it away, if you like zombie movies,
right,
you would like this. So,
yeah, it's again, like it comes down to you can't read it all, you can't collect it all.
Yeah, it's tough.
And you hear you hear from your friends, you hear on other channels, oh, I really like this book, and so you want to check it out, but it's hard to keep up with it all, and that's what I'm really struggling with right now is figuring out how to stick with things. But you should have bought Plastic Man because it's that good. Everybody should get it.
I couldn't get it. I was mad.
Yeah, that writer, Christopher Cantwell, he's done a couple of he did that. He writes one of the ongoing Star Trek books, and it's really well done. And he's right now writing the Challengers of the Unknown miniseries at DC, and it's been a ton of fun. Like every issue has focused on one Challenger and one like DC big shot kind of teaming up, and there's this, there's a big story and a conspiracy, and it's been fun. But I'm like, God, I can't just keep getting everything. I'm hosting. Speaking of, I just got a text, so I know who our special guest is going to be. Yeah, we are getting ready to round it out because we are coming up on our hour, and I got a kid to put to bed and all that. But on Sunday, Hagen and I will be joined by Kate. She has well, Eric, I met her through you. She was on one of your Sunday shows. So Kate's Comics. She primarily, I don't think she does YouTube at all.
No, she's an Instagram.
She's an Instagram comic book collector, but she's somebody who I have liked talking with and interacting a lot on Instagram. So I asked her if she would come on our show, and she's able to be there. So we'll be there Sunday. Sunday, I'm also going to be like, as soon as the show's over, I'm hauling ass because there's a toy show about an hour away from me, toys and comics. So I'm gonna, as soon as we're done, I'm gonna jump in the car and go hunting. So that's what I got going on this weekend. Anybody got anything coming up this week they want to plug, talk about?
You got a show, don't you, Eric?
I got my end of the month Sunday show off show that I'm hoping all you guys make it.
Yeah, we're going to be there. And we're going to be joined by Big Nasty, right? Big
Nasty's going to join us. So this is going to be the most people I have on the stream at once. So we're going to have 5 of us on there.
Maybe we can get Canoe Head against Captain Chandelier. Or something.
I know he's texting what he wants. And we are going to be doing something a little bit different with icons, so I don't want to give it away just yet.
Don't give it away.
But
I want to be surprised. I like a surprise.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And Nate, you're going to be making your third time experience.
I'm a 3-dinger.
Yeah, you're a 3-dinger. 3-dingaroo.
There is one show that we wanted to promote that's going on tomorrow.
Yes, very much. Son of Crom on his channel, on Bjorn's channel, he is hosting his first live stream. I believe it's at 8 p.m. Eastern. And he's going to have Stevie D and Mike from Casino Comics and Jason from Renegade Rants. And I love the name of their show so much. It's the League of Substitute YouTubers. I'm jealous. I mean, we already picked FOMO Squad, but I'm a little jealous. That's pretty good. So I'm really I will definitely be in the audience for that tomorrow. And anybody who's watching this live or on the replay, you should check that out because Bjorn's like, those are all very cool people who I like a lot. And I can't wait to see their show. How about you, Dope? You gonna buy some books and bitch about them this week?
That's what I do every week.
I'm hoping for.
That's what I do every week. I've only got like 9 books on my pull list, so everything else is just number ones I buy. And I usually get burned, but if it's really bad or really good, I'll do a review on it. If it's just lukewarm, it ain't even worth my time. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
But I know I'll have a Hulk 1 review for the Red Hulk, and I'll have some other reviews, and then I'll show my pull list for this week, and then whatever I find. I go hunting every Friday because I'm off, so I'll go to some state around me and just find stuff. And whatever happens in the world of comics, I'll be there. So
yeah, if Dope is screaming about like this close, it's good.
If he's smacking it on the table, you know how mad it made him.
Yeah,
the cover promised so much and didn't deliver.
Yeah, Yeah, and do like, and I advise everybody to do like Eric's talking about. Wait a week before you buy what I get, because I get super excited about everything, but once I read it, it might not live up to.
Well, because so many of the things that you buy, like the I forget what it's called that you just showed at the elephant one, Trample.
Yes, Trample.
How do you fumble a concept like that? Like, how do you miss that? It's a comic book. It's supposed to be big, dumb, and stupid. That's all you want out of a. Sorry, I'm okay.
But like, okay, there was that movie. Remember that movie? Val Kilmer, Michael Douglas. They were the Ghost in the Darkness. They were those. It was a true story of those tigers that had, lions. That had like they were attacking people in Africa, and that's kind of what I thought Trample would be. It would be that kind of story, like a real story, but it's horror. And when I looked through it, I was just like, I'd rather have the $6.
Well, see, my bad thing is I tell my local comic shop gets me these weird titles, and they only buy one for me. They won't get them for the store. And so I feel like you can't put it back on the shelf after you told them to get it for you.
No.
You know? So you open it up and it's bad artwork. You're like, you don't want to say, no, you keep it.
Because I think my shop had 2 copies the week it came out, and I think they still have 2 copies. I don't know that I don't think they've sold one, man. I'll check tomorrow. I'll see if it's still there.
Give us the Trample report every week.
I will give the Trample and the Goatman report from my LCS tomorrow.
Yeah, even if I took it out and tried to like just hide it somewhere, they'd come across and like, damn, he didn't buy that book.
He tried to stick us with Trample.
Yeah.
We got 7 white tigers, Dope. You told everybody to buy it. I bought it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. God. I was just that whole book, every page I turned, I'm like, what the hell is this? Like,
P. Diddy and baby oil, and it had nothing to do with White Tiger.
Nothing, and it's a furry convention, and he's a penguin. No, he was. What was he? Was he a beaver?
A beaver. Yeah.
He's a beaver as a furry, but then they turned him into a white tiger because
what I'm thinking with how weird that was is white tiger code for drugs, and that's what this book was.
I don't know. Like, and isn't there a Marvel character called White Tiger?
Yeah, there is.
Mm-hmm. So weird. It must not be copyrightable. I don't know.
No, it's a color and an animal. It can't be copyrightable.
Hey, Big Nasty, you may get a copy at Heroes, all right? I'll bring it with me. Oh, JX is right. China White. Somebody knew their drug lingo. Freaking. That's
degenerate.
It's okay. Our people are all good people. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you, everybody who watched. Please sub up all of my friends. They are linked below. Make sure to check out Son of Crom's first live stream tomorrow. It's going to be awesome. I will be in the chat cheering on that gang. And hopefully we'll see you on Sunday for the Sunday Comic Book Hangover Show with our special guest, Kate, this week. All right. Have a good night, everybody. And we